This week's Kram delves into our students' outlets for religious expression, as well as how the season went for our girls' softball team.
Our theater tech crew is also in the spotlight this week, along with our peer partners and the work that goes into the program.
Good morning, Rams. Hope you're all having a great Friday. I'm Alex Smith.
And I'm Cameron Hilstein.
The community of Rampart is one that has a mix of people with varying religious beliefs, and our students have groups and ways that they express themselves. Josiah Hall went to ask our students and members of the community just how they do that.
Religion is an important part of many students' lives here at Rampart. Numerous students told Kram about how religion affects them while in school.
There are many different faiths represented by Rampart students. A few of them talked to Kram about what their religion is and what it means to them.
Well, I grew up Hindu, so I have a lot of Hindu beliefs.
I am a Christian, so I believe that Jesus is the Son of God and He died for our sins.
I'm Catholic.
I'm a Reformed Jew.
I'm Christian, more specifically evangelist.
Each student respects their beliefs differently while at school.
Well, Hinduism is pretty easy. You just have to be respectful and make sure that you don't put any bad karma out into the world. And you just have to accept everyone and be nice to everyone. So it's not very difficult.
I constantly try to be a light for Jesus and live the way that He tells us to, be kind to other people, and also just show His love to other people because Jesus and God loves everybody, regardless of what their beliefs are.
I try through everything, like what I wear, how I talk, in every aspect I can.
Try to just limit my cussing a lot and really still keep a lot of my beliefs just with me all the time.
I'll pray before eating. I'll not eat things that I'm not supposed to. I'll not say anything. Respect the 10 Commandments, really.
Friendship is built on respect for differences in our community, and these students are no exception.
A lot of my friends aren't religious, so it doesn't really affect them. It has different beliefs, and we can debate about it, but it's not something I normally think about with friends.
It doesn't really affect it at all. We're still good friends and everything, even though I have different beliefs in them.
Having different religions creates barriers, but also you can have friends that aren't the same religion as you. I do have Christian friends and I also have non-Christian friends. There's not a difference, however, I do talk about Jesus all the time to everybody.
In some cases, it's been a little bit hard because in the past, some of my friendships have been jeopardized because of my beliefs. So I would say that it is a little bit hard to kind of stand up for what I believe when other people disagree with me. But at the same time, I also have friends that are super, super respectful about it. And so I think that in that way, it can strengthen my friendships because you're able to respect each other's beliefs.
As students attend class, these students find ways to engage with others and still be mindful of their religion.
It makes me a lot more confident. Whenever I'm feeling stressed about a test or anything, I just say a prayer and everything feels better.
I think it helps me perform better because I have something to live for, If you don't have anything you're striving to be, if you're not trying to be who God called you to be, then what are you striving towards?
This affects me in the classroom because sometimes there are holidays or there's special days that I'll need. There are more rest days in Judaism, and it's a lot of preparing and certain things you're not allowed to eat or do on certain days that sometimes affects me, but normally it doesn't.
This is just a small representation of the variety of beliefs here at Rampart. Let's all show respect for each other and keep Rampart a community where everyone feels safe and welcome. This has been Josiah Hall reporting for Kram.
We're glad to see Rampart students being encouraged to be themselves.
Our girls' softball team recently finished their season and had some youthful changes to the team dynamic. Jamie Valdez went to ask the players and coach how the season went.
As the softball season came to a close, we reflected on team dynamics and changes that our varsity team underwent. This year, 4 freshmen joined Rampart's varsity softball team, creating some big changes for both them and their teammates.
It's a lot of fun, but it's definitely scary because there's a lot of upperclassmen on the team, but the nice part was that there's 4 other freshmen on the team, so it was just kind of we all got super close and it was a lot of fun.
I mean, it's pretty fun. It was scary at first because I didn't really know anyone other than my club teammates, but it's pretty fun.
It's just pretty exciting because I get to play the sport I like on a competitive team. I think it's just really fun being able to pitch because it's, again, doing something that I love for a high competitive team with my teammates.
The freshmen are actually really cool. They bring a really positive light into the team, and I think they've really influenced the upperclassmen to kind of just change the way that they do things. And
I think on varsity, we had a lot of new players come in this season, and a lot of them were really talented, so it was really cool to see how they kind of got to know each other.
Jump to varsity that fast, I think that's awesome, and I have respect for them.
Because the season just came to a close, we asked how they thought it went.
I feel like the season went pretty well. I mean, like, we have a really good team this year. We're all, like, really good players, in my opinion.
Definitely not what I expected as much, but it went pretty well.
We had a lot of close games that we probably should have won, but overall we did good.
It was a good time. We do have a very young team, so a lot of the freshmen had to step into roles that they didn't have a lot of exposure to yet, but we did have a solid group of seniors that really took them under their wing and taught them a lot, and they kind of rose to the occasion. They were in some pretty critical positions, so it was nice to see them kind of step up.
This new talent shaking up their team dynamics, it leaves you wondering how next year is going to go.
It's going to be fun, like, not being the freshman on the team, and it's just going to be fun because we're all going to get super close.
It'll be hard because the seniors are going to be gone and they're just really valuable to the team, but it'll be better because now we'll have more people being able to lead.
A large part of our team and our seniors, they've been starting varsity players for 4 years, so losing them is a big deal to us, but having these freshmen come in and even some of our sophomores and stuff, they've all stepped up.
It might be a little rough in the beginning, but I think the freshmen will handle it very well. They're very kind of just smart with what they do, and I think they're very mature enough to kind of just take things on and kind of run things around the field.
We wish you well in your next season, Rams. This has been Jamie Valdez signing off for KRM.
We hope our softball team does well with the new talent joining the program, and we wish the seniors luck with future endeavors. Good luck with the next season, girls.
Another integral part of our Rampart community is the Peer Partner program. Jaden Saxton wanted to take a closer look at how the program operates.
Here at Rampart, there is a class that stays under the radar for most students, but deserves recognition. Peer Partner is a class where kids of the same age help students with special needs.
There's a class here at our school that we at Kram felt not many people knew about. Peer Partner is where students of the same age help out other students with special needs, whether that be with their classes or in general. So we decided to take a deeper look into what it is and how it helps.
I think that it builds community. I think that having peers work with students with special education needs is really important. I think that they're as much a part of the community as anybody else in the school, and it really helps them feel like they belong here too.
It allows just a uniting of a community with our students here at Rampart. It's very inclusive. It allows everyone to get to know each other that might not meet in a normal classroom that they would have met these students in.
Next, we asked some Peer Partner students how the class has been for them and if they've enjoyed it, and what you could expect if you sign up for it.
You can expect a lot of challenges. It's a lot different than I expected, but it's a lot of fun and just getting to know a lot of different kids, and I've learned a lot about myself too, just kind of trying to figure out how I interact with those kids and how to handle those different situations.
You would have to have some patience because they obviously don't understand as fast as everybody else, but other than that, it's almost the same as a regular classroom.
I became a peer partner in the beginning of the semester. I like helping special ed kids, and they're just nice to work with. They're very nice, and the bonding is just a nice experience to have. We expect just working with them, you help them understand life skills, so we're working on boundaries and problem solving, so we're working on bumps, hills, and mountains, and how big a problem is or how little it is.
I do enjoy it, and I definitely would recommend it. If you can find the similarities that you have with those kids, I think it's so enjoyable, and it's just a really good experience if you're interested in helping with those kids.
I think that Rampart community as a whole has a big heart, and I think that when you have a big heart, this serves that purpose for you. I also think that it helps build community at Rampart. I think if you want to become a pediatrician or you want to do anything in the future working with children or adults, you're going to encounter individuals that have different type of needs, and learning that in a safe environment like school is a great place to learn how to interact.
We also asked the teachers how you could sign up if you're interested.
You can sign up to be a peer partner, go to your counselor, or come into 111 and talk to us, Ms. Morris and I, and we can get you the application. So it is an application process, and then they will need a recommendation from at least 2 teachers, and then we select it, and then they learn what they would need to know for being in the program.
We want to thank the teachers in the Peer Partner program and the students that help out with it. And if you want to sign up, talk to Mrs. Morris in room 111 or your counselor. This has been Jaden Saxton reporting for Kram.
Mrs. Morris is always looking for more students to be part of the Peer Partner program, so consider placing it in your schedule next semester.
The fall drama is coming soon.
The play this year is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, a classic American folktale retold for the modern stage.
The crew behind the scenes of our theater department is always being artistic and creative, but seldom recognized for it. We took a peek behind the curtain to make sure that Rampart knows how hard these students work. This year's Theater Tech crew has many experienced seniors, as well as a number of new members. They've already started working on this year's play, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Theater Tech, well, we have a stagecraft class, and then we have after-school tech. And the after-school tech is an opportunity for kids to learn how to help build sets and do costumes and props and lighting and sound for our productions here at Rampart.
So Theater Tech is basically the support group for theater. We build everything from the setting to the props and the costumes, if we're just talking about Theater Tech in general.
Theater Tech can be difficult, but also rewarding. There are many challenges one might face.
I'd say just starting out each year, it's sort of just a slow ball to get rolling, everything starting up and whatnot.
Tech Week. The week of the show is so long and tiring and stressful, but it is so worth it because then we get to see all of our hard work come to life, and it's fantastic.
There are many different ways people have joined Theater Tech, and many more ways to get started.
In 8th grade, I actually wanted to be a costume designer and maker, but then when I got here, I was put in props, and honestly, I couldn't be happier.
More an accidents than anything else. My sister tried to get me into it, and then I just went along with it, and now I'm just invested in it, I guess.
I first started Theater Tech my sophomore year, and I just got completely hooked on it and in love with it. I started with Susical, and it was just so elaborate and fun, and I really enjoyed the teamwork that came from it.
Being in Theater Tech can come with many benefits, both in school and outside of school.
They are kind of the invisible magicians who make the actors look really great.
So personally, I find tech to be immensely beneficial. It puts you together with a bunch of different people from all over the school, from different backgrounds. We're all working together to just create this amazing production.
Theater Tech is always looking for more people to join.
A few weeks before we have auditions for a show, we will put up QR codes around the building for audition packets as well as for tech packets.
Keep an eye out for those QR codes around the school if you're interested in joining. This has been James George reporting for Kram.
So much goes into the production of these shows, and we hope to see you in the audience.
The days are getting colder, and Kram is counting down the seconds until Halloween begins. Pumpkin carving is a major part of the experience, and Cameron Hazeltine wanted to do a student humor piece in the spirit of fall.
A lot of great pumpkin carving contests are happening this season. However, this is not one of them. This year, the 2 journalism teachers, Mr. Moring and Miss Bailey, wanted to start their own pumpkin carving contest. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned.
It was interesting. Our pumpkin was very melony. I would recommend carving a pumpkin.
The carving process was interesting. A potato's a lot softer than a pumpkin, so I may have been a bit too forceful with some of the things.
It was very interesting. The spoon that I was using was too big to fit inside of my pumpkin. On top of that, it wasn't a very strong spoon, so it was hard to scoop out the inside.
I just really thought it was a necessary, competition to bring into Rampart so that we could, bond, cultivate that fall tradition, the essence of creativity. I just thought it would be a good time.
The art of pumpkin carving has become a lost art form. Too many people tracing their way to pumpkin creativity when they should be producing pumpkin creativity. So I created this art form specifically for pumpkins so that people would be able to show their skills.
There are countless designs that a person can carve on a pumpkin. We asked the contestants what designs they chose.
I just went with a classic jack-o'-lantern design.
I don't know. I grabbed the carving tool, put it in the melon, and it was triangle, face, and then I cut its forehead off.
I went with the classic face, 3 teeth. Now you may be wondering, who won? Let's hear what our judges had to say.
Nope.
Listen, who won? I'm still tallying votes, but I can get back to you on that if you'd like me to.
Yes. You would like to know who won. Yes.
We asked our judges and contestants about the future of this competition.
It's fun, and I plan on competing again, and next time maybe I won't. Never mind.
I will most likely be bringing a singular grape to carve.
I really just feel like the choices of the fruits that were chosen were pretty lame.
What would I change? The competitors.
Tune in next year to see how the judges will improve the competition. This has been Cameron Hazeltine reporting for Kram.
That certainly was something. Let's check in with Fiona at Stew Corner to see what's happening in our community.
Hey there, I'm Fiona, and this is your weekly Stew Corner. Tomorrow, expect a variety of activities at Fall Fest starting at 4 p.m. Show up for food, games, a haunted house, face painting, trunk or treat, and much, much more. That's 4 p.m. from the main entrance the 26th of October. Also, as the Halloween season creeps up, we also have football. A home football game is at the D20 Stadium next week at 7 p.m. on Halloween. Wear your best costumes in support for our boys.
With those final remarks, we bring this week's Kram to a close.
Thank you for tuning into the broadcast, Rams. As always, have a wonderful weekend. This has been Alex Smith
And Cameron Hazeltine, signing off for Kram.
Thank you for turning into the broadcast, Rams.
Turning. Jaden, go back to editing. He's looking at me through the crack in the monitors. Under the monitors. Good luck with next
I
season.
know, I said it weird. There was no licking of microphones yet. Cameron hit.
Cameron?
What? Cameron? I can't
Cameron?
do this. Oh my god.
I'm not.
Okay.
Jimmy, shut up.